And welcome back. This is your man Warrior, and this is another patron roster review. This is Darth Sam Bazz, and this is an account that it's kind of a second account for him. So it's been around for about 3 years, but on it now he's a free to play. He was a Dolphin in the past on this account, but it's now a free to play account. He is doing okay in a Fleet Arena. He's not super focused on Fleet Arena, but he's still easily able to get top 100. And Arena is doing well. Now, his biggest thing is to get Malik, which he did do, and to get Gas, which he's working on. And then really just the prepping for, both of those teams, as far as, how to get your Malik and get him up there. And by the way, those are the two best teams for, top light side and top dark side team is going to be your 501st and your Sith Empire. Really, those are kind of the best two. But in preparation for that, you'll have a Galactic Republic team, and you'll also have your Separatist droid team. So let's take a look at that, because really what he wants to see is, what should he be focused on. So the very next thing that I would focus on if it was me would be kind of future meta, but this team is amazing. It can actually beat Darth Revan teams, and that is the 501st, but of course with Shaak Ti instead of Gas, and she's going to be able to run with the 501st, and you can even now farm for the brand new character that's got the turret. So that would be a really, really great team, and you've got Rex gear 10, Fives gear 8, and Echo gear 8 with Ahsoka at gear 10 already zated. So this is a really solid start for the 501st, but this would become a really, really high priority for me. In fact, this is in my current free-to-play account, my Scissorman account's priority list. I'm working on these exact characters in my favorites. Now, that kind of falls into Galactic Republic, and what that means is Padme, Ahsoka, General Kenobi, Fives, Echo, Rex. These are all from the Galactic Republic. Jedi Knight Anakin, and by the way, I would definitely continue working on Jedi Knight Anakin. And then Shaak Ti. You actually have to have Shaak Ti for a couple of reasons. One, for the Gas event, and that's really your next most important thing, because you now have Malik. And then also because she's necessary for a node in the light side GOTB that's about to be coming out. So this is a really big deal. So Shaak Ti should become one of your favorites. Jedi Knight Anakin. And this is the cool thing about Galactic Republic. You could basically make Galactic Republic your first priority, but that would include actually two teams. It would include a Galactic Republic team, and it would also include your clones for 501st style team. So I would have in there, Padme to try and get her up, Ahsoka for sure, Atano, Rex, General Kenobi, Fives, Echo, Jedi Knight Anakin, and Shaak Ti. Those would be the individuals I would highly focus on first. Get them up. This is going to help you get Gas when he comes back. It's also going to help you have a team that you can use to kill other droid Separatist teams that you're going to see in Grand Arena really easily, actually. And then also your Galactic Republic can go really easy against Night Sisters, even highly relic Night Sisters. It works really pretty well on. So these two teams are kind of one team that devolves into two teams, but they're both really, really important. And Jedi Knight Anakin, of course, for ships, Shaak Ti for multiple reasons, the 501st for obvious reasons as well. You're not going to regret Ahsoka either. Now, if you were focused on gearing, I would focus on some of the lesser characters as far as priority goes, trying to get them to gear 10. And then once you have them all at gear 10, try and push those others a little further. Gear 11 is a great staging point for a free-to-play account. And I know you're now free-to-play on this account. So gear 11 is a great staging point, but you want to eventually continue for all of these into gear 12. And, you're in a good guild, you're getting good currency. So once they pop to gear 12, you should be able to place quite a few of those gear 12 and gear 12 plus pieces on them. I would also focus over time trying to get the gear 12 and gear 12 plus on any of your gear 12 characters you already have. Those characters obviously do eventually need to go to relic tier C13 for any of the important ones, such as C3PO. Now, we talked about the 501st and Galactic Republic / Padme, you know, those are really, really great, but you also do want to not let this current team fall to the wayside. I know a lot of people are doing that because they're like, well, now this is going to be a thing of the past. Gas can kill this, so why not? But this is the second best team in the game, hands down. And in some areas, such as Dark Side GOTB, this is critical. This team can go the farthest of any of the teams. It's really amazing, just like the Night Sisters. So you want to continue to develop your Darth Revan, your HK, your Bastila Fallen, and then your Malak, those top 4. I would not worry about Assassin or Trooper. Now, if you feel like you can't outspeed individuals, your mods are really bad or something like that, then you may want to focus on Sith Trooper. But if you feel like you can make your Darth Revan really pretty fast, we're talking plus 130 speed, then just that character, and then you could make Bastila your second fastest character on this team. If you could do that, then all you need to focus on after these 4 top characters would be Sith Marauder. Sith Marauder is absolutely insane. He is your powerhouse damage dealer, and he alone can kill Malak once he's really leveled up and in Relic Tier 3 or above. So a super important character when you do mirror matches, or if you're going to put him on defense to really mess with individuals, or if you're using him on offense, he's going to be a difference maker between winning or losing. Now, I know we talked about the light side, 501st and Galactic Republic. Those are kind of blended, and those would be what I would focus on first. But the other side would be your Sith Empire and your Separatist droids. Really, really important. And I would actually finish your Geos. In fact, the funny thing is, on my main account, Separatists are the only faction I have everyone reliced out. Every single Separatist is important, from Asajj on a Night Sister team to Nute Gunray lead to Count Dooku for his event in GOTB to the Bugs just do far better in the Relic, to Jango Fett on a Boba Fett team. You need B1. Wat Tambor's amazing. Wat's awesome. But you are going to want to come in here and you do want to focus on your B1, your B2, your Magna Guard, your General Grievous. And this is because this is the other side of getting your gas team. So you want to prepare your 501st with Shock T, and then you also want to focus on the Separatists so that way you can get them. I don't know if you're going to be prepared in time for when gas comes back. A lot of times it takes 6 months for you to be prepared, especially on a free-to-play account. I don't know. It might even take 9 months for you to be prepared for that on both sides. Remember, you don't want to neglect Sith Empire. You do want to continue developing that team, and you want to continue, obviously, to develop the 501st. Your Galactic Republic teams already look really well, so you don't want to let up on those. And then there's a lot of work in here. The battle droid needs to be really high. Magna Guard, B2, those 3 need to be Gear 12 minimum, and even then it's exceptionally difficult to do the event at Gear 12, so you're probably going to want like battle droid up to Gear 13. Now that you kind of know that you basically have 4 factions left, and that's it, is really just your Galactic Republic / 501st, your Sith Empire, and your Separatist / Separatist droids. Those are really your hyper focus over the next 6 to 10 months, and let's look at your ships now. So I know this is going to take you back a little ways. I would not focus on the characters per se right now, but I would focus on just starring the ships up. I know it's just a set amount of energy you can spend each day for stars. Just try to get Houndstooth, Xanadu Blood, and IG-2000 up to 7 stars. First, IG-2000 will be used with Malevolence if you end up getting Malevolence down the road. 2, these guys are going to be what you use to unlock your Millennium Falcon, and Millennium Falcon is really one of the best ships in the game still to this day, and is really one of the best counters to a lot of the teams that are out there. In fact, the Malevolence team looks to be like a very powerful offensive capable ship team, but it does not look to be very defensible, because you can just knock off buzz droids pretty easily, and you can really tear through the team. And so I think the Rebels are going to be kind of it's going to be almost like the Rebels, Galactic Republic, and Separatist ships, and it looks like it's going to be kind of paper, rock, scissors again, potentially in ships. And this is just a really solid team to be using for that. Plus, you can use all these ships on defense in Grand Arena. Just remember, if you do end up getting Millennium Falcon and you use it for either offense or defense, you're going to want to have Cassian's U-Wing, leveled up. That includes a couple of the characters and really Cassian. That's super painful, but leveling up Cassian to gear 11 so you can max that ability out. This ability, the Guerrilla Strike, is really the most important of all of them. If I had to pick a second, it would be this one, Threat Assessment, because once maxed out, it actually allows for you to dispel. So it's a really great double dispel when he comes in, and he could do another dispel. So it really helps get through the Hound's Tooth. Now, as far as Separatists go, you're looking pretty good. Obviously, you've got the 3 Geo ships, and they look pretty good. And then you've got both Vulture Droid and Hyena Bomber. Vulture Droid is now farmable, so this would be something, if you went with Malevolence, you'd be fine with. And as far as going for Negotiator, if you decide to go that route, you've got a lot of really great players. You've got Rex's ship, you've got Anakin's ship, which you could, farm out and get to 7 stars. It's very powerful, even at 4 and 5 stars. I know from my Scissorman account, Ahsoka looks pretty good. Baron is coming along. And then, of course, you've got Clone Sergeant 6-star with him at gear 8. Now, Plo Koon is a MVP, and he would definitely be someone I would focus on if you decide to jump into the Galactic Republic side, but you're going to have to decide whether you want to chase Malevolence or whether you want to chase the Negotiator. But first and foremost, I would really make sure your rebels are on par. So Sam, you look like you're doing a really great job. Really, I would focus, like I said, on the 501st and the Galactic Republic, specifically that for your Padme team. Your Sith Empire, don't let up on those. They're great characters. And then, of course, you're going to have to go in and finish up all of your Separatist droids so you can finish the second part of Gas's event. As far as fleet goes, I would definitely focus on Rebels next, and then after that you can go one of 2 directions. Either follow the Separatist side or go ahead and follow the Galactic Republic side. I really do believe the Galactic Republic ship is more defensible, and there's more potential for it to be a better ship on defense than the other 2, just because of the style of ship and what its abilities are. But I do know that the Malevolence was designed to tear through defensible teams. So you'll have to decide which one you want to chase. As always, if anybody has any suggestions for Sam, leave them in the comments down below, and keep your gaming on. Warrior out.